Can you help me get my share screen done again? How do I do that?
Click share screen, lower left corner, and share your screen.
Okay. How do I make that go away? How do I make this go away?
Make what go away?
This. Do I click share?
Yeah, but now you're sharing the screen.
Okay.
You can stop the share at the top page red button.
And I can start share anytime?
Yeah, but you have to click that button to get the sound each time.
Every time?
Every time.
What?
I was appearing in your screen.
Oh, I see you. I don't see Christine yet. Where are my participants? Where do I see? There it is. She hasn't signed in yet. I'm sure I sent her an invitation.
Got 7 minutes.
What?
Still 7 minutes till 9.
Are you through with my payroll folders yet?
No. I'm hoping to finish that today. Raining hard.
Rebecca left her umbrella in her car. Did you get wet this morning?
Yeah.
It was pouring down this morning.
I got wet. My shoes and socks got wet. My pants got wet from the knees down. So when I went in to take a nap, I changed clothes so I could be dry and warm.
Yeah, I understand. How do you invert the screen? Andrew was doing that the other day. Flip it.
Go on the video up button down here. This stop video. The up button there. Video settings. Mirror my video. See in the middle underneath your screen. There.
Okay. Just close it.
Yeah.
That makes more sense to me. It didn't make sense to me when it was backwards.
But I think that's how they'll see you. So it'll be mirrored to them. And if you had words or something in the background, it would be
backwards.
Mirrored.
Yeah, well, I don't do the. I'd like to try to figure out how to do that. There's times I'd like to write on the board.
Write on the board. Okay. I guess you'll have to practice.
Yeah, I know. I'll have to figure it out. By the time I figure out how to use all the aspects of this, we'll be back in the classroom. I can just use the whiteboard.
Procrastinate long enough, you don't have to do it. Okay, all my emails and communications are caught up.
I wish I could tell who this was a picture of over here. I don't guess it matters. So when I do share screen here, I have to go here. That still says share. I just have to do share here.
Where? I didn't see where you were pointing at.
Okay. I go here and I do a share screen. That's already says share sound, so I just have to do this share.
Yeah.
There was the whiteboard right there.
I haven't ever used the whiteboard. I don't know.
Here it is right here.
Okay.
My screen sharing is paused. Why is it paused?
I don't know.
How do I restart it?
It's probably you got to bring up the screen that you're sharing. Did you? Yeah. Now you could. It's paused. Now you could. Your music is paused or whatever. Your sound.
Oh.
I think. That's what it means.
Page 200.
Raining pretty good. She already texted me and told me she was available for class. How do I get to my participants now? I don't even see where to get to them now. Do I have to stop share?
I guess. Participants 1.
Yeah, she hasn't tried to get in yet. It's after 9 now. There she is. I don't want to join her meeting. I want her to join mine. I guess I better send her another invitation. She said she didn't get it.
Should be the same one.
How do I do that?
Go to participants. Or actually, yeah, invite. Copy, yeah, or
Admit. Good morning, Christine.
Good morning.
Okay,
Just right now, the Zoom is ringing. Before I didn't receive any invitation or any
well,
calling or anything.
I sent one, but I just sent it again, so it's okay. Don't
Yeah.
worry about it. It's okay.
Okay.
Let me go ahead and share the screen. We're going to be on page 200.
Yeah.
We're on lesson 8, page
Yes.
200. And I'll go ahead and share my screen again.
Okay.
And I'll be able to use the sound. Okay.
Okay.
So we're on page 200, and we're going to be talking about ordering food in a restaurant. And I suspect you've already done this before many times, right?
Yeah.
So that's what we're talking about today.
Okay.
If you have a specific question, please ask.
Okay.
It says, look at the menu. Which foods do you know, and which foods look good? The first one is meatloaf, roast chicken, pork chops, Asian noodles, hamburger, fish sandwich, macaroni and cheese. And then the sides are coleslaw, French fries, mixed vegetables, onion rings, and mashed potatoes. And the drinks are soda, apple juice, bottled water, and iced tea. So do you know all of those things?
Not all, but I know some of them.
Some of them, yes. Some of them don't look familiar to me.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to listen to track 28 and see what it says. Ernesto and Angela are ordering lunch in a restaurant. Listen to the conversation and look at the guest check to complete their order. They want you to complete their order. So first let's listen,
Okay.
and then we can fill out this guest check.
Page 200. Listen. Exercise A.
Here are your iced teas. Are you ready to order?
Yes. I'd like the meatloaf.
And what would you like with that?
A side of mixed vegetables.
Okay. Meatloaf with mixed vegetables.
And a hamburger with a side of onion rings.
A hamburger with onion rings.
Oh, and could we have some sugar?
Sure. Here you go. I'll be right back with your salads.
Okay, so we're going to finish filling out this guest check. They ordered 2 iced teas, 1 meatloaf with mixed vegetables.
Yeah. And
Well, I guess they wanted you to write in meatloaf. And what was the other thing?
Yeah. And one hamburger.
1 hamburger with onion rings.
Yeah.
So go ahead and fill those in on the guest check. Now we're going to listen again, and this time the conversation will be longer.
Okay.
And then it's going to be, why is the waitress surprised? So let's listen again and see what they say.
Page 200. Listen. Exercise A.
Here are your iced teas. Are you ready to order?
Yes. I'd like the meatloaf.
And what would you like with that?
A side of mixed vegetables.
Well, I'm playing
Okay.
the same one again. Let me try this again, Christine.
Okay.
It's not on the right track. It says it. There it is. Now it does.
Page 200. Listen. Exercise B.
Here are your iced teas. Are you ready to order?
Yes. I'd like the meatloaf.
And what would you like with that?
A side of mixed vegetables.
Okay. Meatloaf with mixed vegetables.
And a hamburger with a side of onion rings.
A hamburger with onion rings.
Oh, and could we have some sugar?
Sure. Here you go. I'll be right back with your salads.
Excuse me, I want to order something too.
Oh, aren't you having the hamburger?
Actually, no. The meatloaf and the hamburger are both for him.
Yeah, I'm pretty hungry.
So why was the waitress surprised?
Surprise is the woman wants to change her order.
No, she hasn't ordered yet. It was letter B. The man ordered a lot of food.
Okay.
That's why she was surprised. She thought he was ordering for both of them.
Yeah.
He just ordered a whole lot to eat.
He's hungry.
Yes, he was hungry. Okay. Go on to the next track.
Page 201. Conversation. Exercise A. Listen.
Are you ready to order?
I'd like the meatloaf.
A side of mixed vegetables.
Okay, there's a pronunciation watch over to the right. It says the words to, the, a, and of usually have a weak pronunciation. The vowel sound is short and quiet. Sometimes you don't even hear the words because they're not emphasized at all. They're short and quiet. So we're going to listen to these sentences again, and then we're going to listen and repeat.
Okay.
Listen and repeat.
Are you ready to order?
Oh, I meant to go back to the beginning and just listen first.
I'd like the
Let me go all the way back to the beginning. I thought that's what I did, but it didn't do that.
meatloaf.
I'm still going. Let me try that. Okay, now we'll try it.
Page 200, listen. Exercise B.
Now it's not on the right track.
Here are your.
I don't understand what's going on
Pa-
here. Okay, we'll try it again.
Yeah.
Oh, my DVD has quit working. This may take me a minute, Christine. I'm
It's
sorry.
okay. Take your time. No.
No, that's not what I wanted. This. It keeps trying to play the wrong track. I don't know why it's doing that. Okay. That's not the right place either. Track. I need an update for my DVD. I should be on track 30. Share screen, share screen, share.
Page 200,
No.
listen. Exercise.
Why won't it play track 30? It's giving me a problem. See what it's doing to me, dear?
Okay.
Future 2. Copyright 2010. Pearson Longman, ELT.
I want it to play track 30.
Page 201.
Clicking it.
It wouldn't go to track 30. Now it's on track 30.
Well, you kept clicking it after it had highlighted.
Okay, it's on track 30. Can you hear it, Christine?
Yes.
Conversation. Exercise A. Listen.
Are you ready to order?
I'd like the meatloaf.
A side of mixed vegetables.
Okay, now repeat, Christine.
Listen
Okay.
and repeat.
Are you ready to order?
Are you ready to order?
I'd like the meatloaf.
I would like the meatloaf.
A side of mixed vegetables.
A side of mixed vegetables.
Okay.
Page 201. Conversation.
Okay, it's playing the same thing again. Let me, the next one is to complete each sentence using the words to, the, a, or of. We're going to use each one of those one time in those 4 sentences. So let's try and play the right track again.
Page 201. Conversation. Exercise B.
I'd like a soda.
I'm ready to order now.
I'll have the roast chicken.
Could I have a side of coleslaw?
Okay.
Page 201. Conversation. Exercise A. Listen.
Are you ready to order?
I'd like the meatloaf.
It's not playing the right track again.
72.
Play a different track.
Well, I have it on track 31, but down here it says track 30 and it's playing track 30. It's not playing track 31.
Page
Okay,
201.
now it's on 31.
Instead, if you just went one track at a time, see that fast forward button?
Yeah.
That one. Use that one to try to move to the next one when it's
Okay,
time.
I'll try it. Okay, Christine, you heard it, so let's go to
Yes.
this one. I'm going to try to pause it after each sentence so you can check it and write them in.
Okay.
Conversation. Exercise B.
I'd like a soda.
So that one is A.
A soda? Oh,
I'd like a soda, yes.
Okay.
Okay, let's try the next one.
I'm ready to order now.
2.
2, T-O. I'm ready to order now.
I'll have the roast chicken.
The, T-H-E. The roast chicken. And then the last one.
Could I have a side of coleslaw?
Of.
A, yes. Of, I'm sorry, of. O-F. Of.
Yes.
Got too many things going in my head at the same time. All right, the next one is to listen and repeat the conversation.
Okay.
So first we'll listen to the whole conversation, and then we'll repeat.
Okay.
So we can get it to the right track.
Page 201, Conversation, Exercise C. Listen.
Here are your iced teas. Are you ready to order?
Yes. I'd like the meatloaf.
And what would you like with that?
A side of mixed vegetables.
Okay. Meatloaf with mixed vegetables.
And a hamburger with a side of onion rings.
A hamburger with onion rings.
Oh, and could we have some sugar?
Sure. Here you go. I'll be right back with your salads.
Okay, now repeat, Christine.
Okay.
Listen and repeat.
Here are your iced teas.
Here are your iced teas.
Are you ready to order?
Are you ready to order?
Yes. I'd like the meatloaf.
Yes, I'd like the meatloaf.
And what would you like with that?
And what would you like with that?
A side of mixed vegetables.
A side of mixed vegetables.
Okay. Meatloaf with mixed vegetables.
Okay.
Okay, meatloaf with mixed vegetables.
And a hamburger with a side of onion rings.
And a hamburger with a side of onion rings.
A hamburger with onion rings.
A hamburger with onion rings.
Oh, and could we have some sugar?
Oh, and could we have some sugar?
Sure. Here you go.
Sure, here you go.
I'll be right back with your salads.
I will be right back with your salads.
Very good. Okay. Let's go over to page 202, and there's a grammar box, and I'm going to read the grammar box and have you repeat after me, okay?
Okay.
Christine?
Yes, okay.
First is quantifiers with plural nouns in the affirmative and then in the negative. So first, in the affirmative, we have many apples. We have many apples.
We have many apples.
We have a lot of apples.
We have a lot of apples.
We have some apples.
We have some apples.
We have a few apples.
We have a few apples.
Now in the negative, we don't have many apples.
We don't have many apples.
We don't have a lot of apples.
We don't have a lot of apples.
We don't have any apples.
We don't have any apples.
Okay, now we're going to go to the non-count nouns. In the non-count nouns in the affirmative, we have a lot of sugar.
We have a lot of sugar.
We have some sugar.
We have some sugar.
We have a little sugar.
We have a little sugar.
In the negative, we don't have a lot of sugar.
We don't have a lot of sugar.
We don't have any sugar.
We don't have any sugar.
And we don't have much sugar.
We don't have much sugar.
In the grammar watch, it says don't use much plus a non-count noun in affirmative statements. So we eat a lot of rice.
Yes.
You would not say we eat much rice. You see that? You're not going to use much with a non-count noun. You're going to use
A lot.
some other a lot or some other way of saying it. But we wouldn't use much when we're using a non-count noun.
Okay.
All right, let's go to the practice. Underline the correct words. So the first one is apple juice has
A lot of sugar.
a lot of sugar. So underline a lot of. You should
Eat some fruit every day.
very good. You should eat some fruit every day. You should eat some fruit every day. Vegetables have
A lot of fiber.
very good. A lot of fiber. Very good. Vegetables have a lot of fiber. Number 4, athletes
Eat a lot.
a lot of
A lot of
carbohydrates.
carbohydrates.
Yes, to get energy. Athletes eat a lot of carbohydrates to get energy. Number 5,
There aren't a few.
no,
Many
it's
nutrients.
many. There aren't many nutrients in a bag of candy. There aren't many nutrients in a bag of candy. And number 6,
There is usually a lot of salt and fat in cheese.
very good. There is usually a lot of fat, salt and fat in cheese. The reason you don't use much there again is because that's a non-count noun. Okay, because it's non-count, we're not going to use the word much, we're going to use a lot of, okay?
Yeah.
And let's go on to exercise B, complete the conversations. Number 1, do you eat a lot of eggs? You know they have a lot of cholesterol. Try part B.
Yeah. No, not really. I eat only some eggs a week.
How many? They want you to tell how many.
How many? I eat only 3 eggs a week.
Okay, very good. Put a number there. You wouldn't use some because of the way they worded this. I eat only how many? You need a number there. How many eggs a week? I eat 2 eggs a week, or I eat 3 eggs a week. All right, number 2. I really like fish.
Do you eat some fish?
Do you eat any fish, or do you eat
Anything.
much fish?
Do you eat any
It's,
fish?
much doesn't sound like it should be used there, but do you eat any fish?
Any, yeah.
Yeah, any would work there. I don't know of another one that works there well. Do you eat a lot of fish? You could say, do you eat a lot of fish? Yes, I love it. It's good for you. Try number 3. What would you like to drink?
I would like to drink some water, please.
I'd like some water, please,
Some water.
or I'd like a glass of water, please. Okay,
Yeah.
or a glass of water. You need to somehow say how much water. But water is another non-count noun. Okay, let's go to the workbook. Again, I can't play that CD in the workbook. Let's work on exercise A. We're on page 120 in the workbook.
Did that fast forward button not help?
I only used it once, so I'm not sure. Let's exercise A, complete the conversation, underline the correct words. Are you ready to order?
We need a few more minutes.
Very good. No problem.
No problem. Can I answer any questions about the menu?
Very good. Can I answer any questions about the menu? Can I answer any questions about the menu? Do you have...
Do you have any fish?
Very good. Do you have any fish? We have a fish sandwich. It's here in the list of lunch specials. Sounds good. I'd like that.
Would you like some French fries with that?
Very good. Would you like some French fries with that? Ingrid says, could I
get some coleslaw instead?
Very good. Could I get some coleslaw instead? Of course. And for you, sir, I'd like the roast chicken.
Would you like any sides with that?
Very good. And he answered mashed potatoes, please. And she says, anything to drink?
I will have some iced tea. I would have some iced tea with just a few sugar.
No, with just a little sugar.
Little sugar.
Do you need to answer your phone?
It's my husband. I will send him the message.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay.
So Ingrid answered, I'll have some iced tea with just a little sugar. And then Alan says,
some water for me, please.
Very good. Some water for me, please. Sure, I'll be right back with your drinks. Now it says to play track 37, but again, my CD player for my workbook does not work right. Okay. So we're going to skip the rest of this and go on to the unit review.
Okay.
And the unit review is on page 203.
Mm-hmm.
Complete the conversation and underline the correct words. So we're doing some more of that underline the correct words. Christine, you should have a CD in your workbook. In the back of your workbook, there should be a CD that's for the workbook. If you want to go back and try these, you can.
Yeah. Okay.
Mine's not working properly, so I can't really do it together as a class.
Okay.
Let's go on to page 203 in the big book. Complete the conversation, underline the correct words. This is between the cook and the assistant cook.
Mm-hmm.
Do we have enough?
Do you have enough meat for tomorrow?
Very good, and it's singular, no S.
Yeah.
Okay. Do we have enough meat for tomorrow? No S. Do you need to answer that again?
Yeah.
Did you reply to your text?
I think so. There is a lot of meat in the refrigerator.
Very good. A lot is correct.
Yeah, but there isn't not much fish.
There isn't much fish. Very good. There isn't much fish.
Okay. Put it on the list. What about vegetables? Are there many potatoes?
Very good. Are there many potatoes? Many. About 100 pounds.
But there are only a few carrots.
A few carrots, yes. A few carrots.
How many onions?
Very good. How many onions?
Onions? There aren't any. There aren't any.
There aren't any onions. Okay.
Okay, then we need some carrots and onions. Put rice on the list too.
Very good. Rice. No S.
Mm-hmm.
Put rice on the list too.
Okay. How many pounds of rice?
Very good.
50. And how about fruits?
Very good. No S.
I need a lot of apples for tomorrow. A lot of apples for tomorrow's apple pie.
Very good. I need a lot of apples for tomorrow's apple pies. Very good. And the assistant?
I will put them on the list. We have some,
Right.
but only a few.
Very good, but only a few.
I think we need some sugar for the pies too.
Very good. No S. Very good. I think we need some sugar for the pies too. All right, down in exercise B, it says compare two foods, write 4 sentences, use the comparative forms of adjectives from the box or other adjectives. So they've used words like delicious, easy to cook, fattening, good for you, sweet, and tasty, and they want you to compare. And they gave you the first one, apples are better for you than candy bars. So they used better for you. Because they're comparing. Now they want you to do the same thing, so you can pick different foods, and you can use some of the words that we've been using already, or you can use different ones if you want to. So go ahead and write 4 sentences, and then we'll go over them.
So
You can go ahead and do those. If you want to say them first, and I can tell you if they're right or wrong before you write them down. Compare 2 types of food, 2 foods.
Yeah.
In each sentence.
So I can say that the fish is more delicious than the meat.
Okay. Fish is more delicious than meat.
Yeah.
I guess you're thinking of something like beef. Fish is more delicious than beef or meat.
Beef,
Okay.
yes.
Try another one. That was delicious.
Yes.
And you used it correctly. You said more delicious. Very good.
The beef is easy than to cook.
Okay. When you're comparing, you're probably going to change that to easier. So you might say pasta is easier to cook than meatloaf.
Yes.
Okay. So you use 2 different kinds of food, but if you're comparing, you're probably going to have to change easy to easier.
Easier, yeah.
Okay, so something is easier to cook than something else.
Yes. So the meatloaf is easier to cook than the chicken.
Okay. And with fattening, you'll probably say more fattening. So think about what would be more fattening than something else.
Yeah. What is it?
You could say pasta is more fattening than roasted chicken. Or you could use your own foods. I'm not trying to tell you. You can use whatever foods you want.
Yeah. Okay.
They already used good for you, and they changed good to better. They did that in the example sentence.
Yeah.
So sweet, and again, when you're doing comparative, you're probably going to say sweeter. So you might say candy is sweeter than biscuits.
Yeah, okay.
And then with tasty, to do comparative, you're going to make it tastier. So
yeah,
pick
tastier.
2 foods, and one is tastier than another. When you do comparative adjectives, you usually have to change at least one of the words into a comparative adjective.
Yeah.
Okay, they've turned over to page 204. What do you say? Read the nutrition labels and compare the brands and use the words in the box. So you might say roasted chicken is less fattening than fried chicken, because those are the 2 things they gave you. In the roasted chicken, the total fat is 5 grams. In the fried chicken, the total fat was 19 grams.
19.
So the roasted chicken is less fattening than the fried chicken.
Yeah.
What else could you say about the 2 types of chicken?
I'm sorry?
What else can you say about the two types of chicken that they are comparing?
Cholesterol in roasted chicken. No, not cholesterol. The roasted chicken is better for you than the fried chicken.
Very good. The roasted chicken is better for you than the fried chicken. Very good. Look at the sodium content. The fried chicken is much saltier than the roasted chicken.
Yeah.
The roasted chicken has 104 milligrams of sodium, and the fried chicken has 1,041. It has 10 times as much salt in it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. The fried chicken is tastier than the
Very
roasted
good.
chicken.
Very good. The fried chicken is tastier than the roasted chicken.
Yeah.
Very good. Let's go down to the problem solving. Read about Amalia's problem. Amalia has a full-time job. After work, she also has to cook for her family and do the housework. Often, she does not have enough time to prepare a healthy meal for her family. Also, fresh fruit and vegetables are expensive in her neighborhood. So what is Amalia's problem? What can she do? And here's some ideas. She can buy inexpensive frozen vegetables. She can ask her family to help with shopping, cooking, and washing dishes. She can shop at a farmer's market for fresh fruits and vegetables, or what else? Do you have another possible alternative that Amalia could do?
She can shop at farmer's market for fresh fruit and vegetables.
Okay.
And she can ask her family to help with shopping, cooking, and washing
Very
dishes.
good. Very good.
Yeah.
We sometimes buy frozen vegetables. We like fresh vegetables, but you can't always find fresh vegetables that you want. So we a lot of times buy frozen vegetables. I don't much care for canned vegetables.
Yeah. Miss Elsa, could I open my doors downstairs for my husband?
Absolutely. Go right ahead. Go.
Yes. Yes. I'm sorry, Mrs.
Okay, we're going to go on to Unit 11.
Okay.
And this is Call 911. Look at that picture and tell me what's happening in that picture.
Yeah, this is the ambulance.
Yes.
And this is a woman. She can breathe well.
She obviously needed an ambulance, right?
Yeah.
So they called 911 to get an ambulance to come and help her.
Yeah.
So on the unit goals, we want to identify medical emergencies, call 911 to report a medical emergency, talk about medical emergencies, understand fire safety procedures, describe an emergency,
Mhm.
respond to a police officer's instructions, and complete an employee accident report. So that last one is if you were on the job and you needed to report an accident,
Yeah.
you have to fill out a report.
Mhm.
Christine, before I start this, I wanted to tell you we're on Unit 11. There's only 12 units in this whole
Yeah.
Level 2 class.
Uh-huh.
So we'll go ahead and do 11. We don't have to go fast is what I'm telling you. Because when we finish this, we only have a few more weeks.
Uh-huh.
And we'll finish these 2 units, and then in the fall you can start in Level 3 if you want to, okay?
Yes. Yes.
But you can't start Level 3 in the middle of the year. We'll have to wait until the beginning of the
beginning of the year, yeah.
of the fall. So we're not in a big rush to get through this, is what I'm telling you. We only have 2 units left, Unit 11 and Unit 12, and then we'll be through with this book. So I just want you to know we don't have to be in a big hurry, okay?
Okay.
Because when you finish this, you'll go on to Level 3, but Level 3 will start over again in the fall.
Yeah. But
I'm guessing.
we can start in Level 3 after we finish this level and then continue in the beginning of the year.
Christine, I can, but I don't have the books for Level 3. I'll have to see if I can find somebody who has books for Level 3, okay? If you want me to do Level 3 with you, I can. I'll check and see if I can get books.
Okay.
Or who's teaching it.
So we cannot hurry?
We don't have to hurry. We can if you want to, but I will check into that this week and find out what I can about the next level and see what's available and what we can do, and then I'll let you know, okay? But we'll finish this up in the next few weeks. But usually we stop in the beginning of May and we start back up again in August or September, okay? When school starts back. So we don't have classes over the summer anyway.
Yeah, okay.
So let's see. We'll go ahead and talk about some of these. Let's start with the vocabulary. I'll have to contact some other people to find out about books. If you want me to continue with Level 3, I can, but we'll have to find out about books. Because you'll need new books too if we go on to Level 3.
Yes, I will try to buy online.
Well, let's first find out what they're going to do. Because the last thing they told me before COVID, they were going to order new books, a new version of the books. So we need to wait and make sure we have the same books.
Okay.
You have the same book that I'm teaching from.
Okay.
So we'll wait, and I'll ask about that and see what we're doing.
Okay. And how about another class? Which units they are reached?
I don't know. That's another thing I'll have to find out for you. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
So let's go ahead with this one. We have 2 more units to do, and then I'll get some answers to those questions before next week. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So look at the pictures.
Mm-hmm.
Which medical emergencies do you know? Are you familiar with any of these medical emergencies?
Yeah, some of
They
them.
have a list over on the next page, I think. The first one is she's bleeding.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like she cut her hand. Number 2 is he's choking.
Okay.
She's having trouble breathing.
Mm-hmm.
He's having a heart attack in number 4.
Mm-hmm.
Number 5, she's unconscious. Number 6, he's having an allergic reaction.
Mm-hmm.
Number 7, he swallowed poison. Well, that would be bad.
Oh. Yeah.
Number 8, she burned herself.
Mm-hmm.
Number 9, he fell. Looks like he fell off the ladder.
Mm-hmm.
My husband did that a few months ago. Got severely bruised.
Me too. My husband in his
Did
work.
he really?
Yes, in his work.
My husband was working at church and he fell off the ladder.
Oh.
He got hurt pretty bad.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so those are the medical emergencies we're going to talk about. Um, let's listen. Look at the pictures and listen. They're going to go over this list that's on page 207.
Mhm.
So I think we'll go over the list first, and then we'll probably listen and repeat. So
Okay.
let's do that. That's track 33. Oops,
Page 208.
I did that wrong.
Page 201.
Nope.
Unit 11.
Okay.
Call 911. Page 206. What do you know? Exercise B. Listen. 1.
She's bleeding.
2.
He's choking.
3.
She's having trouble breathing.
4.
He's having a heart attack.
5.
She's unconscious.
6.
He's having an allergic reaction.
7.
He swallowed poison.
8.
She burned herself.
9.
He fell.
Okay, now we're going to repeat, Christine.
Listen and repeat. 1.
She's bleeding.
She's bleeding.
Very good.
2.
He's choking.
He is choking.
3.
She's having trouble breathing.
She's having trouble breathing.
4.
He's having a heart attack.
He is having a heart attack.
5.
She's unconscious.
She is unconscious.
6.
He's having an allergic reaction.
He is having an allergic reaction.
7.
He swallowed poison.
He swallowed poison.
8.
She burned herself.
She burned herself.
9.
He fell.
He fell.
Okay. So we've done all of those. Let's go down to the wordplay. Look at the list of medical emergencies on page 207 and write the words in the correct column. So these are things that are happening right now, and these are things that happened in the past using this list.
Yeah.
So they gave you she's bleeding. Obviously that's happening right now.
Yeah.
What about choking?
It's happening right now. He's
Very good. So you write that in happened right now. She's having trouble breathing.
She is happening right now.
Right now, very good. He's having a heart attack.
It's having a right now also.
Right now. She's unconscious.
He is having right now.
Yes. He's having an allergic reaction.
Is right now.
Very good. He swallowed poison.
This happened in past.
Very good. That happened in the past. She burned herself.
Is in past.
Past. And he fell.
In past also.
Very good. Very good. That's not too difficult to figure out. I thought of another one while we were going over there. Is he broke his leg or she broke her arm. Those would be in the past. They may not be considered a medical emergency that requires you calling an ambulance, but they could still be things. They're still medical emergencies, but they may not require an ambulance.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's turn over to lesson 2. Listening and speaking. Actually, let me look at the workbook. Yeah. I think we need to go ahead and do the workbook for our Unit 1. So let's go ahead and look at the workbook for Unit 1. That's on page 122 in the workbook. Call 911. Vocabulary. Look at the pictures. What are the medical emergencies? And again, these are right straight out of your book, Christine. So if you want to keep your book open to that page, it'll tell you exactly what these are. They want you to write the sentence, so they want you to write the whole sentence from the box. So the first one they gave you, he's choking. It's a universal sign for choking, Christine, when someone holds their hands like that. You know they're choking. A lot of times if somebody is seriously choking, they won't be able to speak. So it's important to know this symbol for when someone is choking, because if they're really choking, they won't be able to tell you that they're choking.
Yeah.
They'll just hold their hands like this to show you they're choking.
Okay.
Because something is blocking their airway.
They tend to do that naturally.
So number one, he's choking. What's number two?
She burned herself.
Yes, she burned herself. Very good. Number three?
He swallowed poison.
Poison. Very good.
Poison.
He swallowed poison. Number four?
He's bleeding.
Very good. Number five?
He fell.
Very good. He fell. Number six?
She's having trouble breathing.
Very good. She's having trouble breathing. Number seven?
She is unconscious.
Very good. She's unconscious. Number eight?
He is having a heart attack.
Very good. He's having a heart attack. And number nine?
He's having an allergic reaction.
Very good. He's having an allergic reaction. I had an allergic reaction to medicine one time, and we had been down to Florida to the beach. And I thought I had gotten into sand fleas or something because I was itching all over.
Yeah.
But it was an allergic reaction to some medicine that I was taking. It was miserable. Okay, let's look at the word play over on page 123. Complete the sentences, match the beginnings and the endings. So number one, he's having a
heart attack.
Yes, letter C. He's having a heart attack, letter C. Number two, she's having trouble
Breathing.
breathing, letter A. He swallowed
Poison.
poison, letter D. Number four, he's having an
Allergic reaction.
Very good, an allergic reaction. That's letter B. And she burned
herself.
Very good, letter E. And again, I can't do that track, so these are things you could do on your own if you want to go back and do the workbook pages that had things to listen to, because I can't play my CD from my workbook. I don't know why, but it won't play. So let's go over to lesson 2. Do you need to end class, Christine? We can if you need to.
No, we can do.
Okay, so we'll go ahead and do lesson 2. We'll do lesson 2 and 3, and then maybe we'll quit just a little bit early, okay?
Okay.
Before you listen, read about 911 emergency calls. Then look at each picture. What is the situation? And should you call 911? You may not have to call for everything.
Yeah.
So think about the things where you might need to call. In the little block it says call 911 when there is an emergency situation. Calling 911 is free from any telephone in the U.S.
Yeah.
So even if you get charged for your calls, you would not get charged for a call to 911. So let's look at these first. In the first one, he fell off his bike. Do we need to call 911 for that?
No.
No, probably not. Number 2?
Yes.
What do you think is happening there?
I think he has a heart attack.
I think he's having a heart attack. And that would be yes, call 911, most definitely. In the third picture?
Yes, we should to call 911.
Yes, absolutely.
Swallow the poison.
Looks like she swallowed poison. And the last one?
No.
I wouldn't call 911. What's the problem there?
No, he didn't need to call 911.
No, but what is his problem?
He has a cold and flu.
I think he has a cold or flu. You're right. But we wouldn't have to call 911 for that. All right, we're going to listen to the CD again. Look at the picture. You see the man on the floor and the woman with the phone. What do you think is happening in this picture?
I think she called 911.
What do you think is happening to the man?
He has a heart attack.
I think he's having a heart attack. Very good. And she's calling 911. So let's listen to the conversation and see what they say about this.
Page 208. Listen. Exercise E.
Oh, it went to the wrong thing, Christine. I'm sorry.
Unit 11.
That's the wrong thing, too.
Page 208.
All right, let's try this.
Listen. Exercises B, C, and D.
911, what's your emergency?
I think a man is having a heart attack.
Okay, what's the location of the emergency?
Dave's Sport Shop at 103 Elm Street.
What are the cross streets?
17th and 18th Avenues.
All right, what's your name?
Olivia Ramos.
Okay, so that sounds like she thinks he's having a heart attack, and she called 911. Now they want us to listen again and check off the questions that the 911 operator asked. So listen for the questions and then put a check mark in the box by the questions that the 911 operator asks.
Unit 11.
Oh, it did the wrong
Call
one.
9. Page 208. Listen. Exercises B, C, and D.
911, what's your emergency?
I think a man is having a heart attack.
Okay, what's the location of the emergency?
Dave's Sport Shop at 103 Elm Street.
What are the cross streets?
17th and 18th Avenues.
All right, what's your name?
Olivia Ramos.
Okay, so what questions did the 911 operator ask?
What's your emergency?
Yes.
What is the location of the emergency?
Very good.
What are the cross streets?
Very good.
What's your name?
Very good. So we're going to listen one more time, and they want you to pay special attention to where the emergency is. So we're going to listen again and listen for where.
Unit 11. Page 208. Listen. Exercises B, C, and D.
911, what's your emergency?
I think a man is having a heart attack.
Okay, what's the location of the emergency?
Dave's Sport Shop at 103 Elm Street.
What are the cross streets?
17th and 18th Avenues.
All right, what's your name?
Olivia Ramos.
So what were the cross streets for the location?
17th and 18th Avenues.
Very good. 17th and 18th Avenues. Very good. All right, now the conversation is going to be a little bit longer. I think it starts out the same, but it gets longer. And they want you to pay attention to how is the man going to get to the hospital. So how is he going to get to the hospital?
I will listen.
Page 209. Converse. Page 208. Listen. Exercise E.
911, what's your emergency?
I think a man is having a heart attack.
Okay, what's the location of the emergency?
Dave's Sport Shop at 103 Elm Street.
What are the cross streets?
17th and 18th Avenues.
All right, what's your name?
Olivia Ramos.
All right, Miss Ramos, an ambulance is on its way, but don't hang up. Stay on the line with me until the ambulance gets there.
Okay. I'll just tell the man that the ambulance is coming.
Okay, so how is he going to get to the hospital?
An ambulance.
An ambulance. Very good. Letter A. Okay, let's go over to the conversation at the top of page 209. Listen to the words and notice the stressed syllable. When they stress a syllable, they put a dark bubble over top of the stressed syllable. So that'll help you to pay attention to where they put the emphasis or the stress on each syllable in the word. In the pronunciation watch, it says, many words in English have more than one syllable. One syllable in these words is stressed. It is longer and louder than the other syllables. So these are the words they're going to go over, and they're going to go over them, and then they'll do a listen and repeat.
Okay.
So let's see.
Page 209, Page 209, Conversation. Exercise A. Listen.
Allergic.
Location.
Situation.
Ambulance.
Emergency.
Okay, now repeat.
Listen and repeat.
Allergic.
Allergic.
Location.
Location.
Situation.
Situation.
Ambulance.
Ambulance.
Emergency.
Emergency.
Very good. You'll notice that most times the emphasis is on the second syllable. That's the most common, but it is not always the case. Allergic, that's the second syllable. Location, that's the second syllable. Situation, that's the third syllable, so it's not the same. Ambulance, that's the first syllable. And then the last word, emergency, which is the second syllable. So if you had to guess, most often it'll be the second syllable, but not always. Okay?
Okay.
All right, we're going to do more words, and this time they want you to mark the stressed syllable. So, like they put the dark bubble over top of the stressed syllable, they want you to do that in exercise B. Put the mark over the stressed syllable. So first we'll listen.
Page 209, Conversation. Exercise B. 1.
Electric.
Which one is stressed?
Electric.
It's over the EC, the second syllable.
EC, yeah.
Electric. It's over the second syllable. So you put a bubble over the second syllable. Electric.
Yeah.
Okay, the next one.
2.
Reaction.
Reaction. Again, it's the second syllable.
Yeah, second.
The second syllable over the AC. Reaction. Okay.
3.
Conversation.
Conversation.
Third.
Conversation. The stress is on the SA. Conversation, which is the third syllable in this word. Conversation.
Yeah.
And the last one?
4.
Unconscious.
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 It's the SC.
Over the CON. Over the CON. Unconscious.
Yeah.
It's the second syllable. So most times it's going to be the second syllable, but occasionally it's on a different one. So you just have to listen and learn. It's not something that has a rule. All right, let's go on to exercise C. We're going to listen to this conversation and then we're going to repeat it.
Okay.
Page,
Oops, I went
page,
too far. Oh,
page 201, Conversation.
Wrong place again.
Page 2, page 209, Conversation. Exercise C. Listen.
911, what's your emergency?
I think a man is having a heart attack.
Okay, what's the location of the emergency?
Dave's Sport Shop at 103 Elm Street.
What are the cross streets?
17th and 18th Avenues.
All right, what's your name?
Olivia Ramos.
Okay, now we're going to repeat.
Listen
Christine.
and repeat.
Okay.
911, what's your emergency?
911. What's your emergency?
I think a man is having a heart attack.
I think a man is having a heart attack.
Very good.
Okay, what's the location of the emergency?
Okay, what is the location of the emergency?
Dave's Sport Shop at 103 Elm Street.
Dave's Sport Shop at 103 Elm Street.
What are the cross streets?
What are the cross streets?
17th and 18th Avenues.
17th and 18th Avenues.
All right, what's your name?
All right, what's your name?
Olivia Ramos.
Very good.
Olivia Ramos.
In the bottom, it's practice, and they want you to make new conversations, and they want you to fill these in on your own, Christine. You know how in the past they've given us blue and red and yellow boxes? This time they want you to just write some words in. So just choose something from the things we've been working on. And the first one is 911, what's your emergency? And then tell them an emergency, and it can be one of the ones we used in our book. So write something in there for the emergency.
Okay.
And then tell me what you wrote there.
Okay. I will start.
Go ahead.
Okay.
I'm doing letter A and you do letter B. 911, what's your emergency?
I think my baby, she's swallowed
Poison. Very
Poison.
good. I think my child swallowed poison. Very good. Okay, what is the location of the emergency?
It is 550 New South Drive.
Okay. What are the cross streets?
It is 76 Highway.
The streets nearest to the corners. So
Yeah,
think about the corners of the block. What are those streets?
Yeah, the street is near to the exit 11.
Okay. All right. What's your name?
Christine Grace.
Very good. All right. Let's do the. Oh wait, we got to do lesson 3 first. And again, we're going to start with a grammar box, and I'll read this and have you repeat after me.
Okay.
So these are present continuous statements and questions. A man is having a heart attack.
A man is having a heart attack.
He is not breathing.
He is not breathing.
Is he bleeding?
Is he bleeding?
Yes, he is.
Yes, he is.
No, he's not.
No, he is not.
Information questions. What are they doing?
What are they doing?
They are waiting.
They are waiting.
What are you doing?
What are you doing?
I'm going to the clinic.
I am going to the clinic.
What is happening now?
What is happening now?
He's talking to the police.
He is talking to the police.
Who is calling?
Who is calling?
The driver is calling.
The driver is calling.
In the grammar watch box, it says you can use contractions in the present continuous. She's bleeding. They aren't breathing. What's happening? And again, I've told you before, and I've seen you interchange these. When you see these contractions, you don't have to use a contraction. There's no rule. If you want to say she is bleeding, that's perfectly acceptable.
Yeah.
They are not breathing. What is happening? But you can also use contractions. So she's bleeding, they aren't breathing, and what's happening? They've turned the is into a contraction. All right, let's go to exercise 1. Complete the sentences. Use the correct present continuous form of the verb in parentheses. So they're giving you the verb, but it's not going to be in the right format, okay?
Okay.
Help, call 911. My mother is choking. So they had to change, they had to drop the E and add ing. My mother is choking. You want to try number 2?
Yes. A man just fell down in the parking lot. He is not breathing.
Very good. He is not breathing or he isn't breathing. Very good. A man just fell down in the parking lot. He's not breathing. Number 3.
Are you talking to the 911 operator now?
Very good. Are you talking to the 911 operator now? Tell him we need an ambulance right away. Number 4.
A woman is lying on the ground.
Yes, she is lying on the ground. Lying.
Yes.
She is lying on the ground. I think she's unconscious. Number 5.
They are taking Frank to the hospital. Who are going with him?
Who is?
Who is going
Who's
with him?
going with him? Who is going with him? Who's going with him? Who is going with him? Number 6.
The police is leaving.
Are leaving. In this case, police is plural. So the police are leaving. Because if you look at the next part of the sentence, it says they.
Yeah.
So you know there's more than one. So do the next part?
Yeah, the police are leaving. Where are they going?
Very good. Where are they going? Number 7.
What is happening?
Very good. There are a lot of fire trucks in the street. What's happening? There are a lot of fire trucks in the street. Number 8.
I fell off my bicycle and hurt my knee. It is sore, but it is not bleeding.
Very good. I fell off my bicycle and hurt my knee. It's sore, but it's not bleeding. Number 9.
I'm taking Mike to the emergency room. I think he is having an allergic reaction to some food he ate.
Very good. I think he's having an allergic reaction. Very good. Let's go over to the practice on page 211. Complete the phone conversations between two friends. Use the correct present continuous form of the verb in parentheses. You won't believe this. There was an accident in front of my house.
Oh no, what is happening?
Very good. Well, one man is
calling 911.
Very good. Wait, now I see an ambulance.
It is coming down the street.
Very good. It's coming down the street. And a fire truck. Is anyone hurt?
I'm not sure. A man is helping a woman. He is talking to her and she is holding her head.
Yes.
I think she is bleeding.
Very good. Very good. I think she's bleeding. So a man is helping a woman. He's talking to her and she's holding her head. I think she's bleeding. Very good. Let's go to the workbook page for lessons 2 and 3. And this is where we're going to stop after we do these workbook pages, Christine. Complete the conversations and use the present continuous. Why is this little boy crying? Why is this little boy crying?
Yeah. His elbow is bleeding.
Very good. His elbow is bleeding.
Are you feeling okay?
Very good. Are you feeling okay? You don't look well.
You don't look well. I don't know what is wrong. I am having trouble breathing.
Very good. You can say I'm having trouble or I am having trouble. I'm having trouble or I am having trouble breathing. Very good. Number 3.
What is happening downtown?
Very good. What is happening downtown, or what's happening downtown?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure.
I'm not sure. There are a lot of fire trucks in the street.
Very good.
Are the fire trucks coming?
Very good. Are the fire trucks coming? C-O-M-I-N-G. Yes, don't worry. I hear them now.
Mm-hmm. Why is he taking his son to the emergency room?
Very good. Why is he taking his son to the emergency room?
His son ate some peanuts and he is having an allergic reaction.
Very good. He's having an allergic reaction. Exercise B, complete the conversation between a 911 caller and an operator. Use the verbs in the box. Change the verbs to the present continuous.
Mm-hmm.
So the first one, 911, what's your emergency? It's my neighbor. She is having trouble breathing. So they use the verb have. She's having trouble breathing.
Yeah. Okay, tell me what is happening.
Very good. Tell me what's happening. Are you with your neighbor now?
Yes, she is lying on the floor of my apartment.
Very good. She is lying on the floor of my apartment. Is she unconscious?
No, she is awake. My daughters are talking to her.
Very good. My daughters are talking to her because it's more than one. What's your location?
185th Street. I am calling from apartment 12 on the second floor.
Very good. I am calling from apartment 12 on the second floor. Very good. I am calling, or I'm calling. Unscramble the questions. Now they've given you the words, but they're mixed up, okay?
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to unscramble the words and then write them in the right form. So number 1.
What is the emergency?
Very good. What's the emergency? What's the emergency? Number 2.
Is the woman bleeding?
Very good. Is the woman bleeding? Number 3.
Is the woman unconscious?
Very good. Is the woman unconscious? Number 4.
What is the emergency location?
What is the location of the emergency?
Yeah.
What's the location of the emergency? What's the location of the emergency? Number 5.
Mm-hmm. Number 5. What are the cross streets?
Very good. What are the cross streets? Number 6.
Who is calling 911?
Very good. And the last one?
What is happening now?
Very good. What is happening now? And again, this next exercise is listening to the CD in the workbook. So again, you're welcome to go back, Christine, and do these exercises that require a CD because I don't have a CD that works for the workbook.
Okay.
I have one, but it doesn't work properly. So if that's something you want to spend a little bit more time on, that's something you can do on your own.
Yeah.
Next week we'll do lesson 4.
Okay.
And I will talk to somebody and find out about the next level and when we will start it, see what I can learn, and share that with you next week. Okay?
Okay, ma'am.
All right. Very good, Christine. It was good to see you today.
Me too.
And I'll look forward to seeing you next Thursday.
Okay, thank you so much.
Take care.